The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger Sports, and we get a chance to talk with a couple of the Tiger football seniors again this week, and we'll also talk with Coach Rice here in just a little bit. We have Brady Milliken with us, and Brady, last week, Coach Rice had a chance to talk about your night against the Chapman Irish and forced turnover, recovery of the turnover. The very next play, a touchdown, I believe your first touchdown, correct? Why don't you give us a look at what that series was like and what that night was like for you?
It was a pretty good night for the whole team, I guess. But me personally, I wasn't really looking to make a play. Just popped the ball out, and I saw it and jumped on it and was lucky to get it before it went out of bounds.
For not looking to make it a play, to being a playmaker twice in a row, and really we talked about the night you had overall. It was a good night. You get down the field blocking for guys, and you set a good team win. I know frustrating to not get the offense going this past Friday night. That rain, that swamp you guys played in called the Tigers Den, how tough was it out there?
A lot of guys like to plant their foot in the ground and cut, and it's kind of hard when it's sloppy and you slip everywhere, but
you just deal with it, right?
Yeah.
All right, we play Tiger Trivia now, Brady. You ready?
Yep.
3 quick questions for you. If forced to pick one, which Tiger football player would you say is best dressed?
Definitely Jonathan Ludwig.
The man with style, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, what's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. And what is your favorite video game?
That's a good question. Probably NBA 2K15.
NBA 2K15. Brady Milliken. We want more of those forced fumbles followed by touchdown receptions. Sound good?
Yep. I'll do my best.
Brady Milliken on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. Now joined by one of the offensive linemen for the Clay Center Tigers, Jacob Blackburn, is here with us. Part of the IHOP team. Explain where this whole thing came from. At the pep rally last week, for those who weren't around, Jacob took the mic, and I didn't know if we were going to get it back from you or not for a while, but you talked about your offensive line being an IHOP team. Talk about that.
Well, because we're going to get so many pancake blocks, I mean, we make stacks, you know.
And they have all year long. I know Friday, we talked with Brady a little bit ago, the weather conditions really negated what you guys wanted to be able to do. Was there a moment in the game you ever got comfortable in that swamp out there?
No, you had to be on your toes. I mean, it was a slip and slide out there, in all honesty. Like, you go to break that backside knee with our lineman stance, and you hope you don't slip, especially if you're releasing.
Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy night, and unfortunate if you guys had to deal with that after getting on a roll. But we get right back on it this week when you take on Wamego. Okay, I got 3 quick questions for you. Ready? Rapid fire. If the Tigers were having a pancake eating contest, which Tiger football player would win?
I'd have to say Parker Folks.
Parker the man. Brady's waving. He can maybe put him away. What's your favorite card game?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay. I don't know what that is. Should I?
Everybody should know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, Rocky.
Will you teach me later?
Maybe.
Okay. And what's your favorite music artist?
That's a good question. I mean, it varies from time to time, but all time I'd have to say Eminem. It's pretty good.
He's the man. Will you compete with him on the charts someday?
Probably.
I like the attitude. Jacob Blackburn with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. We now have the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice, joining us here on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. Coach, just a weird night Friday. I mean, The weather turned weird. The pace of the game was strange. The rain really negated, I thought. And give Marysville credit. They found a way to get that thing done on 4th down and overtime. But your speed was absolutely taken out of that football game.
Yeah, it was. You know, and after a tough game like that, kind of anything you say sounds like an excuse. Obviously, we got to get better at our interior running game, and and you can't go to the perimeter and you can't throw the ball. Kind of makes you a little bit limited. And like you said, credit to them. They found a way to execute in the conditions, and I guess you chalk it up and move on.
I want to talk real quickly about the field goal in overtime to give you guys a lead. I mean, a lot of things have to happen for that to go down. And in those conditions, for the snap, the hold, the kick to take place, that was very impressive by Peyton Lane, but that whole crew too.
It was, and then Parker was snapping all night for punt and for that, and to run out there in those conditions and the pressure on it. And, those guys did a great job executing it.
Let's talk about Wamego briefly, what the Red Raiders are going to bring at you on Friday.
Yeah, they're 1-3 on the year, which is a little bit misleading. Still a very talented football team. Their quarterback is a game breaker. They're just huge up front. You're going to see a lot of big guys up there, and then they got some top guys, and they've really improved from the first couple weeks. I think our guys are going to be excited to go over there. We kind of had a similar ending with them last year. Ended up, fourth down play right at the goal line too. So hopefully our guys kind of keep that in the back of their mind as we go over and try to get back on track.
A homecoming game again for Wamego, though, this week. All right, Tiger trivia coach. Okay. If the Tiger coaches were playing a sports trivia game, which coach would win?
Sports trivia game.
And they would ask questions beyond Clay Center Tigers and Nebraska Cornhuskers, so that might take you out of the running.
I'd have to say Coach Lass because I think he just sits around and Googles stuff all day.
He is the tech guy, too, so that's probably right. Favorite kind of ice cream?
I'd have to go with Rocky Road.
I like that answer. And what's the last concert you went to?
Last concert that I went to, wife loved it. Five Finger Death Punch and Alice Cooper at Sturgis.
Gained big points with that answer right there. Excellent. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show. Tigers take on Wamego this Friday.